We're back on Show Me Today. Elisa Nelson is here with Greg Kester. He is the 2024 Teacher of the Year. He teaches social studies at Potosi High School. We find out about his philosophies that he keeps in mind as he teaches the next generation.
Why do you love teaching, and why social studies?
Well, social studies, that part's easy. History is fun. Teaching psychology, students find it very interesting. Sociology, these things, very, very enjoyable for kids. The best part of teaching, though, is the students, being able to work with young people, getting to meet them. I'm in a fortunate situation, and it'll be seen by some as a large school, but by many others as a small school. I get to have some of the same kids over and over for 3 straight years, or I have a student this year, actually, I have for 3 straight hours every day. So you really develop relationships and get to know people and understand the young person that you're instructing, and hopefully they get to know you, and you build a relationship, and it's within those relationships that you build knowledge together. You create knowledge together, and the learning is a process, not from one generation to the next, but between people who are engaged every day in conversation. We learn about each other, and we learn the subject matter.
You know, you talk about developing relationships. In the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's news release about your award, you said, quote, "Passion without compassion is directionless energy," unquote. Tell me why, and have you noticed when there is a passion without compassion, what do you see there?
Oh, the compassion without compassion was me in my early years as an instructor. I was so interested in classroom prep and achieving and students becoming academically advancing in their career. It took me a while to learn that every person who walks in the room is a unique individual and a human being. It's just part of that learning process that educators go through, hopefully as they evolve and become better educators. But it's the difference between teaching a subject matter versus teaching students. Subject matter is grades, grading tests, papers, but teaching students is teaching human beings. And there's a difference there that is like daylight and dark.
Is that the kind of message that you plan to, as you serve as the Teacher of the Year, is that one that you hope to shout from the rooftops?
Very much so, because Missouri's in a state of crisis in regards to having enough teachers in the classroom. And the fact of the matter is we can't lure a young college graduate into education with money, and you can't lure a young college graduate into education with the promise of incredible fringe benefits. We are, I believe, ranked 49th in the state now in beginning teachers' pay, up from 50th. We're 47th, according to the National Education Association, in average teacher pay. Education is a calling, and the money cannot be the focus, and the lure of an exciting world travel career is probably not going to happen for most educators. So it's really about what's important to you in your life and how you want to judge success in being an enriched, wealthy human being. Is it going to be the numbers you see in a bank statement in regards to money that you may or may not spend before you pass away, or is it going to be in cultivation of relationships and getting to know other people and impacting lives, because that is a blessing that is rebounded back towards the educator. And I can speak to that in first person knowledge, because that's happened to me more times than I can count.
Greg Kester is Missouri's 55th Teacher of the Year. He joined Show Me Today. I'm Elisa Nelson. If you're tuning in late and want to hear more about this
discussion and conversation with them. And not just like sitting down and talking about the nuts and bolts of education, which I've done with some of my students, because I also teach, or I taught last year a course in the Foundations of Education, but just learning how the outside world is affecting what's going on inside their mind, because I can present the greatest lesson in the history of mankind. But if I have a young person whose soul is in turmoil, or they're living in a situation where their home life is a disaster, it doesn't really matter how effective the instruction is. If they don't feel safe or accepted when they're seated in my classroom, it doesn't really matter what we do. So I try to make sure that kids know the door is open, and it doesn't matter what race or creed or religious faith or ethnicity or gender, sexual orientation. I don't really care. I want them to know that they're unique as an individual and valued and respected, and I think that helps them learn, and also helps me learn more about them as a person.
What do you hope to learn, Greg, as you prepare upon this path over the next year or more, really, as Missouri's Teacher of the Year? What do you hope to learn?
Well, the first thing I hope to learn is actually how many days am I going to be out of my classroom, because I have a lot of preparation to do. Nobody can actually tell me how many days it is. And I am concerned about my kids in my classroom, especially next semester, where they tell me it's going to get a little bit more busy. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to balance all of these things and be a dad and a husband and, a good next door neighbor and go. The other thing I hope to learn is how to be a good spokesperson for Missouri's teachers. I guess I'm the face of the franchise this year, and it's not much of a face to look at, so I will have to be well prepared and come up with some things that I think are very, very important, and how to present them effectively and represent the 70,000 Missouri educators that we have wandering around here through the Show Me State, giving it their 100% every day, doing their very best.
That's Greg Kester, Missouri's 2024 Teacher of the Year. This is Show Me Today, the voice of Missouri.
Discover the fascinating world of nature right here in Missouri with Discover Nature Notes. Have you ever noticed how food always tastes better when prepared and eaten outdoors? Whether you're cooking out in your backyard, a local park, or while camping on a gravel bar on the river, outdoor cooking offers a relaxing way to gather with family and friends and share stories and meals with the perfect backdrop. For your campfire cooking experience, it's best to prepare as much as you can ahead of time. To get ready, freeze and store foods in plastic bags, which will also help keep things cold in the cooler. And don't forget the aluminum foil to wrap meals for the coals or to cover grills. Foil wadded into a ball serves as a great grill cleaner too. The Missouri Department of Conservation offers recipes, outdoor cooking tips, and videos on our website. Discover more with the Missouri Department of Conservation at discovernaturenotes.com.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.com.
Now's a great time to take the next step in your career. Welcome to LakeJob.com. LakeJob.com is your one-stop shop for finding job openings and long-term rental housing in the Lake area. The best part is it's completely free. These sponsors make LakeJob possible. JDEGC, Jeremy Borgeson Electrical and General Contracting, First State Bank Mortgage Team Lassen, All-Phase Heating and Cooling, Keys to the Lake, and Ellerman Roofing, a division of Kimes Corp. LakeJob.com is a service of Newstalk KRMS, 93.5 Rocks, Classic Country 104.9 and 98.7 The Cove.
Discover the power of radio. If you're a business owner looking to grow, you should know that radio sells with intimacy. When you have something important to communicate, which would you prefer? To show them a picture? To write to them? Or would you talk to them using the emotion of the human voice? Radio sells with intimacy. Discover the power of radio.
Put the power of radio to work for your business. Call KRMS and 93.5 Rocks. We can help. Call 348-2772.
Org.
We're back on Show Me Today. A not so ordinary antique store lives at the Chesterfield Mall. Even the famous show Pawn Stars has paid attention. Cameron Connor is here with the owner of Piddle Creek Hill Mercantile, Vince Swinney.
Basically, my grandfather kind of dealt with everything from cars to firearms to different antiques. And my career path took me a different way. I actually did finance for most of my career, suit and tie every day. And for some reason, I got a wild hair. Basically, just decided to try to want to do something on my own. And about 2.5 years ago, I quit everything cold turkey, quit a good paying job, and decided to start something from the ground up, and I just saw a need for helping people with different antiques and collectible valuables that they have, and start my business.
And I guess go into more of the day-to-day for yourself. How exactly do you go about this? Are you always looking for the most rare, valuable things, or are you basically consulting people? Are people coming to you? Give me some details on that.
Yeah, so basically I'm trying to do is fill in this year. There's a lot of people who are faced with either their parents, family member passing, or with people living longer, they're downsizing, they're having to go into assisted living or homes, and a lot of people are faced with a lot of stuff that they don't know what to do with. They don't know the value of it. And right now, the go-to is to call an estate sale company. And what I was saying is, a estate sale company basically comes in, they sell as much as they can over a weekend, and they'll sell things at pretty much any price, and who ends up getting hurt at the end is the family, because there's things that they have real value that they're not seeing that return on. So what I do is a little different, where I come in and we take a look at the items they have. We do the research on the items. I sell things in a worldwide marketplace, so I ship all over the world on items, and we also run an auction. So what we try to provide is to get the most return on the assets that a family may have that they need to sell or liquidate.
You've tuned in to Show Me Today, the Voice of Missouri. If you're related to this conversation, no worries, just search Show Me Today wherever you get your podcast. We're here with Piddle Creek Hill Mercantile owner Vince Swinney. His store is not your ordinary antique stop. He's got highly valuable collectibles that even Pawn Stars is taking notice. Gotcha. And I'm over here on your website, and it seems like the array of things that you either offer to sell or buy is it's pretty diverse. You got a little bit of everything. Can you maybe for anyone that's listening, almost weird.
Yeah, yeah, um, um, yeah. I, I've had some truly bizarre and weird and even macabre items that have come through. Uh, right now, I actually consignment customers brought in it's a letter that was sent from NASA during the Apollo mission, thanking a civilian that contributed to the help on the NASA mission. I have uh, an etched, large etched glass piece that says newsroom that came out of the old St. Louis Globe Democrat building in St. Louis. Um, Another popular item, I guess, that was featured on Pawn Stars. They reached out to me, and I had an old rare Goofy and Donald Duck tin wind-up toy that I brought in for that show. So yeah, we deal with any kind of antique or collectible, everything from action figures to you know the a Bible from the 1800s or old antique furniture.
What are some current things that maybe people have reached out to recently, or current jobs that you're currently in the process of doing? What about your day-to-day right now?
Yeah, well, the day-to-day right now, we're we're still getting a lot of different consignment, and people reach out you know, for us to look at things, and you know, sometimes you know, part of it is to give them an honest answer, and yes, things that aren't selling well right now is old china or old precious moments figures. You know, everybody's parents had a china set, and nobody's using china out on Thanksgiving Day now. So, yeah. So, and the precious moments, there's friends, there's two different types of collectibles that are out there. One's historic and one's nostalgic. So, nostalgic has its peaks and valleys. And one example I use a lot is people remember 20, 25 years ago, how beauty items were through the roof. Everything howdy doody was was really expensive, and it's a lot of people looking for it because the people that were collecting it were being nostalgic for the things that they grew up in. They've gotten to the point where their kids moved out, they had extra income, and they wanted to, maybe collect things that made them feel, remind them of, days gone by. Historic type things are things that they have historic value. Maybe it's a World War II helmet, or I get a 1800s Japanese rice bucket that was all handmade and crafted. It's something that has more of a historic value. So we get those things to take in, and then we're located up a chest from mall, so we're helping with getting rid of some of the items up here as well. Some of the extra fixtures and things that are around.
Okay, and that was actually kind of dovetailing into my next question. How about for anyone that hasn't been to your store before, can you kind of give a little bit more information? You said the Chesterfield Mall. So is that located in a certain area of it? Can people also find a website where they can look at some of the things you have to offer? What about that?
Yeah, absolutely. When we're in Chesterfield Mall, so there's really only one entrance now that's open by the Cheesecake Factory, so they can just walk down, and we're about 50 yards down on the right-hand side. Our store is not set up like your typical antique store. Things are prominently displayed. It's not cluttered, and that's part of the appeal that my consigners like, is that you know, how things are displayed and how we approach things. We do have a website. It's www.pchmercantile.com. Paul Charles Henry Mercantile.com. And we have, we're currently working on trying to get all of our inventory pushed over onto the website as well, so people can go on there and see some of the items we have. And we also have a list of clients that who collect particular things all across the United States. I got a guy in Florida that looks for high-end World War II collectibles. We got people here locally in St. Louis. If you're a St. Louis resident, you're probably familiar with the Veil Prophet parade and ball that's been going on since the late 1800s, and there's people collect items from that.
All right.
So we keep an eye, we keep an eye out for certain things that some of our clients look for, and let them know when we get them in.
The wrap-up question that I have for you, Vince, is since you collect such a great collection of so many different random things, lots of them all highly collectible, even though you're in the business for it, has there ever been anything you've seen throughout the years that you're like, oh man, I gotta keep this for myself?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a large buffalo head that's hanging in my living room now. Because who doesn't want a big buffalo head hanging in their living room?
Okay, great. Now, how exactly did you come across that?
I was another consignment customer, and I decided to buy that. I saw that, and I always tell people my house is a cross between Cracker Barrel and Bass Pro. So the buffalo head fit right in, and I have some other taxidermy, and I've always wanted to have a buffalo head.
This is Show Me Today, the voice of Missouri.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is the national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USPSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment, donations, and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perished in the line of duty. A citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
children are forgotten in the backseat of a car by a parent or caregiver. All never thought it could happen to them, but with changes in routines, distractions, or a sleeping child, it can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour.
if you could find a way
To get inside each other's mind.
walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes. We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how it belonging begins with us.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Many business owners and entrepreneurs today are drowning in unsecured debt and just can't stop incurring more. Business Debtors Anonymous is a 12-step recovery program where you will receive support for doing business and living life without incurring new unsecured debt. Business Debtors Anonymous offers meetings every day where members support one another to help them stop incurring new unsecured debt. You're not alone. Visit helpfordebtors.org. That's helpfordebtors.org.
AA made all the difference in my life. I noticed that most of the goals I had as a kid were slipping by. I didn't feel like the person I hoped to be. After all those years of drinking, I really didn't know myself. And as I got drinking, I was always Visit aa.org for more information and download the meeting guide app to find a meeting near you.
Wrapping up here on Show Me Today, the Chiefs are 4-1 after their win at Minnesota, and they'll take on the Denver Broncos next on Thursday. And I've really been thinking about this ever since they won the Super Bowl. And I thought it was a lot of bad apples from Eagles fans. And I'm starting to see it more and more from NFL fans in general, that the Chiefs really benefit from calls. And I go back to that Super Bowl. I'm talking about the Eagles because of that holding call late in the game, that defensive holding call. Yeah, it was kind of holding, but it's one of those where you kind of let it slide most times, and I thought, well, you know, kind of let that. But I'm telling you though, the more and more that I watch Chiefs games, like those 50-50 calls where officials, maybe you can call it sometimes, maybe not. It seems like the Chiefs get a lot of those. The pass interference call at the end of the game, and then Legarius Sneed taking his helmet off. I thought that it was pass interference, even though Kirk Cousins got hammered. The ball was close enough that it could have been caught. I mean, that easily could have been pass interference. There was a catch on the sideline that they gave the Chiefs, and that one was really, I mean, it's like all of the real close calls seem to be going. Listen, and I certainly understand, and I want to see the Chiefs do well. In the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in the same category as Tom Brady and the Patriots. So, hey, thanks for listening. We'll be back Wednesday.
The following ad contains shocking material. Listener discretion is advised. Is someone in your family playing a dangerous game of Russian roulette? Over 43,000 people die a year from drug overdose. 120 people a day. 5 people every hour. 1 person every 12 minutes. 88,000 people die every year from alcohol abuse. Over 240 people a day. 10 an hour. 1 person every 6 minutes. Somebody you know may be next. Learn how to help someone you love get away from the drugs, alcohol, and bad influences with the FMLA. People can take a leave of absence from their job and still keep it. Call Quit Drugs 321 now at 800 338 6906. 800 338 6906. 800 338 6906. That's 800 338 6906.
Your service since 1951. News Talk, KRMS, Osage Beach, and KRMS FM HD3, Osage Beach.
Is CBS News on the hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. President Biden condemned Hamas today from the White House.
We must be crystal clear. We stand with Israel. We